Watercolor is one of the most fun and beautiful mediums, but it can get a little daunting sometimes, especially when you're trying to paint something realistic. I have created this channel to share how I approach realistic subjects in my style, and I hope that my videos can be helpful for the ones who struggle with painting realistically. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I am Vaibhav, also known as Villustrate. I am known for my realistic floral or botanical illustrations. I am also an editorial illustrator working with a UK based publisher for children book illustrations and novels. You can also find me on Instagram to know more about me. My handle goes by @Villustrate. Make sure to give a follow if you like what you see. Okay, let's dive right in for today's video. We'll be painting some vintage peonies, and I got this reference picture from afloral.com. You can find the link to this picture in the description box and use it if you wish to paint with me. Let's quickly go over the art supplies you're going to need to create this piece. 100% cotton cold press paper. I'm using Fabriano Artistico, but you can use any 100% cotton paper you like. Professional artist watercolors. I'm using Brewster 24 half pans. They're amazing and they're affordable. Some gouache paints, also from Brewster. Watercolor brushes. I'm using Raphael Soft Aqua. A jar of water and paper towels. You don't have to have the exact same art supplies to paint this composition. You can paint with whatever is available with you, but I do recommend using 100% cotton watercolor paper and professional watercolors for the best results. I'll put a link to all these art supplies in the description box for you to check out. Let's start painting. I'd already sketched out this composition on paper. I'm gonna start off by mixing the colors we'll use. I'm using yellow ochre for the base layer and a mix of burnt umber and rose madder for the top edges of the petal. I'm gonna quickly lighten my drawing using a kneadable eraser so that there aren't any visible pencil lines in the final artwork. I'm gonna start with applying my base layer with clean water and a little bit of pigment using wet on wet technique. You don't have to be super precise at this stage, but make sure that you don't use too much pigment because we are gonna build layers later to give the flowers more depth and a realistic look. I always like to work in layers, light to dark, and gradually build shadows and highlights to my artwork. If you go too dark in the beginning, then it might ruin the whole artwork and it'll be difficult to then develop highlights because in watercolors, it's easy to go light to dark, but it's very challenging the other way around. After your base layer is ready, we'll wait for it to dry completely before we do the leaves. Using the same technique, I'm going in for the leaves using olive green color. And this time, as you can see, I'm going very dark, and that's because I won't be building a lot of layers on leaves because they're quite simple. I'm adding a mix of burnt sienna and rose madder on top of the leaves to give it a nice gradient. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. After all the leaves are done and they've all dried, it's time for us to add second layer. We're gonna use glazing technique to add more values to this flower. Here I'm using yellow ochre mixed with a little bit of olive green to give it a little shadow effect at the bottom of the petal. I'm using more pigmented tones here. I'm gradually adding more values to this flower using glazing to get the desired result. And as you can see, I'm adding a mix of burnt sienna and burnt umber on top of each petal as per the reference picture. I'm gonna follow the same process for rest of the flowers. You don't have to worry if your artwork doesn't look exactly like the reference picture. Make sure you're very patient when you're building these layers because when we're painting something realistic, it's very important for us to stay patient and be dedicated, and then only we'll be able to achieve a desired result. I'm following the same glazing process and adding some shadows to my leaves. I've added a little bit of burnt umber and a little bit of black to my olive green to make it darker. Now using wet on wet technique, I'm gonna add shadows to the vase. You can make the pigment for your vase using primary colors only. Make sure to not use black because it doesn't look great and it doesn't look natural. The flowers and base are done, and now moving on to my favorite part. We're gonna paint a gouache background using burnt sienna, olive green, white and mustard yellow from Brewster Gouache. And the key to achieving a flat wash, you have to make sure that the consistency of your paint is very creamy and it's not too watery nor too dry. It might look a little streaky and patchy when the paint is still dry, but it's going to dry out evenly and smooth. The brushes I am using here are Brewster Green Gold and Brewster Kolinsky Imitation. After our background is done, we're gonna add some finishing touches to our painting using watercolors. Define the stems. And we're done. If you liked this video, then do subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye bye.